Okay, please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Okay. Yeah. So what we want to talk about, like I said earlier today, is we actually want to use the hash list that Toyo Motors just sent to us on via email. So what you're gonna do is that if you're a 72 IG student, right, just click on this and then you'll be able to download it, right? So after downloading it, just it's gonna be a zip file. Unzip it and then delete some parts of the hashed emails, right? So that just delete like maybe the beginning, delete the middle, then delete towards the end, so that Facebook will not think that everybody is using the same thing. Okay. Now, after you've deleted it, save it, right? So you now come to Facebook, right? So you now come to Facebook. When you come to Facebook, log into your Facebook ad account, right? And you can see here, Facebook say we are removing some detailed targeting options. Some interests, demographics, and behaviors are being discontinued. And that is even more reason you should use a custom audience, right? So how do you not create that lookalike audience? First, you need to create a custom audience before you can create a lookalike audience. And how do you do that? Just go to all tools. When you get to all tools, click on audience. Okay, click on audience. When you click on audience, it's going to bring you to this point where you now have the audience. All right, so let's just wait for it to finish loading. So you now have all the audience here, right? You can see these are some of the audience that I created before. In fact, when Toyo Motor first shared, when I first got the product, then sometimes in 2020 I created lookalike audience, right? As you can see, the buyer audience lookalike, right? And I also created for study abroad, which is like Canada. Okay, but now what you want to do is you want to create a new one. So what you do is click on create audience, then you click on custom audience, right? So from here you can actually create a custom audience from different points and make them your source. For example, it could be website, it could be app activity. These are people who interact with your website, especially if you have the Facebook pixel installed on your website, right? As you can see, you can even people who interacted with your video, maybe you have watched your video for 15 minutes or something like that. Then even from lead form or who interacted with your Facebook page or people who actually interacted with your Instagram account. But the one we want to use right now is customer lists, right? People who have bought something from us, which is the 72 IG that Toyo Motors just shared with us. So what you want to do is click on next. When you get here, you can, if you are using, for example, if you have your email from MailChimp, you can upload directly, okay? But for now, what we have is an Ask email list, which was shared to us by Toyin. So what we'll do is click on next, okay? So now it's asking if you have value also included, maybe like customer value. Now you just click on no because the customer value is not actually included in the list. So you click on next, right? So what you want to do next is to actually drag and drop this, or you simply go to upload. So I'm just going to click on upload file. I'll come to the hash list that's given to us, which is 72 IG April. Then I'll click on open. Now here you can actually rename this. So I'm just going to rename it to just this one is not for Facebook, it's just for you to identify it. I'm going to rename it as 72 IG buyer list April 2022. Okay, so if you want to add description, maybe like the detailed description, you can actually click here and add it, but I'm not adding that. So I'm just going to click on next. So you can see that Facebook had identified that emails are actually the ones that was hashed, right? You can see Facebook actually identified that. Say map your columns to identify to upload your to identifiers to upload your list. Your data will be hashed before it's uploaded. So you can see Facebook has already identified that it's actually emails. So what you do is next, Actually, Facebook say we accept email addresses in up to 3 separate columns. Only one email can go in each cell. All universal emails, blah blah blah. So anyway, just click on import and create. Right, import and create. If you see here, you see just down below here, import and create. So I just clicked on import and create. So it's actually uploading the file. All right, it's uploading the file right now. So let's wait and see how it's gonna happen. While we're waiting, if you have any question as regards what we're discussing, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. You can unmute yourself and ask your question if you have any question as regards what we're discussing so far. Okay, so relatively this might take some time, but let's just wait for it. Wow, it has been created. Wow, it has been created. Can you see? Can you see that over 53,000 rows uploaded? That means that, and we have actually deleted some of them. That means that more than 53,000 people are customers on Espana that have bought the 72 IG course alone, not even other products, right? Yeah. So now what you want to do is you can say done from here, right? Or you just click on create a lookalike audience, using this customer list, right? So what I'm going to click on is I'll first click on done, then I'll go and create a lookalike audience separately, right? So let's, can you see the buyer audience? They are ready. April buyer list, 72 IG buyer list, April 2022. And you can see, they say populating, although they are still populating it, but you see, they say below 1,000. Don't mind them. It's just because they are still populating it, okay? By the time they finish populating it, you will see more people. Now, there are some people that are using that their emails is not the same email that they are using to collect to register for 72 IG that is on Facebook, right? So, but over time, Facebook will actually populate this, and then Facebook will see, you scan them all through Facebook and gather their list, and then you now see all of them. And if you remember, I said in 2020, when I first created this, you see that this is the custom audience here. They also say below 1,000. Can you see? Small after matching, right? It's actually below 1,000. But if you now check the lookalike audience that I created with it, you see that it's like 300 and something to 400 and something, right? So don't mind them if they say below 1,000 that they are populating, no problem. So what you want to do is you now come to create lookalike audience, or from that other part where before we click on done, you can also do the same. So I click on create lookalike audience. So they are not asking me for the source of the lookalike audience, right? So I'm just going to click on from custom audience, right? Custom audience, and which of our custom audience, which is the customer list, right? So I'll just click on next. Now, normally we could have just created it from that point, but let me see. I think there's a way by which you can actually create it from here. So I'll click on this one, right? And say update your list. Let me see. So I'll now click on create lookalike. So it's not like I am creating it from here. Okay. So I'll click on it. Then you now click on this option here. Then you see create lookalike. I hope you understand. So I'm going to click on create lookalike. Can you see that it now shows that buyer list? Okay. So now the next thing you want to do, let me do it again. Create lookalike, right? So the next thing you want to do is select audience location. So I'll just click on Nigeria because I want those people who are in Nigeria. If you want to include other countries, you can include it, especially now that Espana is trying to expand to other locations in Africa, right? But the one I want to use for now is Nigerians, right? So After you click on Nigeria, then here you now select how many percent of the lookalike audience you want to create. For example, now this is just 1% of, 0 to 1%. For some people, they can. Now, what they are saying here is this. Look, let's read this. You can create multiple lookalikes with different levels of similarity to your source. This allows you to bid differently for audience with different conversion values, right? So what this is saying is this. For instance, how similar are these people to your audience? And you can see they say a 1% lookalike consists of people most similar to your lookalike audience sources. Increasing the percentage creates a bigger, broader audience, right? So, but sometimes you can decide to do it like this. Your own 1% could be from 1 to 2, right? Or you can even make it like this if you like. This is 1.7 million. Or you can decide to make your own like this, right? This is also 1%, right? But it is from 4 to 5%. Okay, but the one we want to use right now is the 1%, from 0 to 1%. So lookalike audience, April. So I will put it as 72 ID buyer list, April 2022, lookalike. So I want to name it lookalike. Why is this thing removing now? Oh, sorry. It's gonna create it himself, right? So let me do like this and see if it will. Why is this thing removing? Okay, sorry. Let's. So let's select it again from here. So I'll just select it again. Okay. So so just leave it this way because this is the audience. Okay. So Nigeria, that's the region. Then 1%. Then you now click on create lookalike. It's automatically gonna name it Nigeria, whatever. So this is lookalike 72 IG buyer list, April, 2022. So for now, what you can do, right, is you can decide to leave this one till tomorrow, right? You can decide to leave this till tomorrow, and then when you leave it to tomorrow, it will have populated it and it will be ready. But it's actually ready right now. You can start using it, but you can just allow it to populate. You can see it say populating, right? So if you check the one I have here before now, this is on 2 IG lookalike buyer. You can see this one is already populated like 300 and something, but this is the old one, right? So this is actually the new one. Okay. So now let's say that you now want to run an advert. Okay. You can actually select this and create an advert from here. Create ad. You see, but it's not showing, right? So, but what we want to do is you can go back to your ad manager. And then when you want to select audience, you now select that particular lookalike audience. Okay, by the time you want to run your ad. So, but for now, what I would suggest is just leave it for some hours, then you now come back to it. All right. So, let me know if you have any question as regards what we've discussed so far. Okay. Do you have any question as regards what we have discussed so far? Okay, so I assume that you understood all that we have done. If you have any question, you can always drop it in the comment section. All right, you can drop it in the comment section, and then I will answer you. I will answer your questions. Okay. So in the next video, maybe next training, I'm gonna show you how you can run an ads using this lookalike audience that we created. All right. So thank you so much for being part of this class. Since there's no question, but if you have any question at any time, just drop it in the comment, and then I will answer you. I'll be in the comment to answer you. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.